If you are a father, you know the fear. The fear of coming home to a quiet house. 2 years ago, I became what the system calls a weekend dad. 4 days a month. That is what a judge decided my worth was to my own son. Every other Friday I pick him up. Every Sunday at 6 p.m. I hand him back to the woman who destroyed our family. And every Sunday night, I sit in my car and try to remember how to breathe. People ask me, why didn't you fight for 50-50 custody? I did. I spent my life savings on lawyers. $40,000 just to stand in a courtroom and be treated like a criminal. The judge didn't look at me as a father, he looked at me as a paycheck. She got the house we built together. She got the primary custody. I got a schedule printed on a piece of paper and a massive child support bill.
The lowest point wasn't the divorce. It was his 7th birthday. His birthday fell on a Tuesday. Her day. She told me I wasn't welcome at the party, so I drove to her house anyway. I parked down the street in the pouring rain. I sat in the dark for 3 hours, watching the lights in the window, watching shadows move, knowing another man was cutting my son's cake. I have never felt so useless in my entire life. I went back to my empty apartment that night. I looked at the cheap furniture. I looked at the mirror. I had 2 choices. I could become the bitter, broken man the system wanted me to be, or I could become undeniable. I realized that crying over a broken system wasn't going to help my boy. One day he will be 18. One day no judge can tell him when he can see his father. And when that day comes, I need to be ready. I stopped drinking. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I took all that anger, all that pain from the courtroom, and I poured it into my work. I started a business. I worked 18-hour days, because they can take my house, and they can restrict my time, but they cannot take my grind. I am building an empire, so that when my son becomes a man, he will look at his father and see a king who never surrendered. To the weekend dads watching this, I see you. I know the pain of that Sunday night drop-off. Do not let the system break your spirit. Be the best father you can be in the time you have. Build your life in the shadows. Stay strong, brothers. Your children will know the truth one day. This is True Story. Subscribe if you stand with fathers.